So I finally finished Death Note and thought, you know what, TV shows, movies, and music, it's probably something that's never really going to run out, and I'm never going to stop liking those, and I'm always going to have an opinion on them. So, you know, let me go ahead and say how much I like these characters. So that's what I'm here to do. The criteria I'm basing it all off of how much I like them. And since it's really not a beat in the ass type anime, it's kind of just like thinking. I'm not gonna rank them based on how valid the hands are. I'm gonna go ahead and rank them based on how smart I think they are. Like I said, think. If you think someone's smarter and you think I messed up, look, go ahead and comment it. It helps me and it helps you. Alright, so without further ado, let's get into it, okay? So, how much did I like Light? At the beginning, I would say I liked him a good bit. He was pretty likable and then he made sense. But I feel like towards the middle and the end, they kind of like cheapened him a little bit more towards the end, you know, make him a little more villain-like. And then when he was gonna murk his sister for the notebook, I was like, damn, bro, like this nigga's too far gone. Like I can't rock with him no more. But at the start, it was a pretty strong start. So strong start, bad finish. Overall, that makes it about a C. How smart he was, I'm gonna give him an S. Like, I know it's a show, so like if I'm like making a show in the universe where I know everything that's going to happen, I can make the characters know. So putting myself in his shoes, it's kind of like I would be at a disadvantage because it's like, you know, no one's creating the show for me, but someone created the show for him, so he knows. But like, he was like 15 steps ahead of at all times, and he made sense. Like it didn't seem like fake, like it seemed reasonable. So like smarts, I'm gonna give him an S. Overall, I'm gonna probably give him like a B-to. For L, how likable he is, I'm gonna give him an S. He was like that cool weird nigga, and I tend to get along with like cool weird niggas pretty well. So yeah, for how likable he is, I'm gonna give him an S. For how smart he was, I'm gonna give him an S. I'm gonna go ahead and give him the edge in terms of smarts over Light though, because like he died of some bullshit, like the power of love killed him. And it's like, y'all had a show about, you know, like two intellectual geniuses going at it, and the love is what kills him? It's like, nah, I was like, damn, that's some bullshit. But I don't know, to me it's like, you know, he was on Light's ass the whole time, and you know, Rem killed this nigga, not Light. Rem killed him because, you know, Light just knew Ren liked Misa so much, and I was, it made me a little bit upset. But yeah, just because of that, I'm gonna give L the edge, because you know, in situations where you have to like follow instead of lead or like get away type deal, it's a bonus in my book, because it's like, you know, not knowing and trying to know without knowing versus knowing and getting away from somebody and they don't know. It's like, to me, that not knowing seems a lot harder, and because L was like right there, to me, I think he was a little bit smarter than Light. I don't know, but yeah, overall, I'm gonna give him an S. Ryuk, how likable he was kind of entertaining. I'll give him a B in that regard. For how smart he was, I couldn't tell, but you know, overall, I'm gonna probably give him like a B for Near. Okay, so how likable he was, let me make it clear, I really didn't like dislike him, but like it was like extreme boredom. So like a really big C, cause like holy shit, this nigga was like he was like a Wish version of L. It's like, okay, you know what, I get it, he's supposed to be the second coming of Light, but if it was just in terms of like how smart they were and Near was still himself, it's kind of like, okay, I would have liked him more. But you know, from playing with toys instead of always eating, because, you know, I gotta be like L, you know, I gotta always do something to keep my brain worked out and do it in an awkward way so people know I'm weird like L. It's like, okay, I get it. And then, you know, the sitting weird too, it's like, okay, I get it. In the same type of smart, it's like, okay, like I get it. It's just like, bruh, a lot of bruh moments with Near in terms of how much I liked him. But in terms of how smart, give him an S. Okay, he was pretty smart, I gotta give it to him. It felt like a cheap ending though. Like, to me, the ending ain't feel super grounded with the I knew you'd have a fake notebook and use the date that matched up the day you were gonna have us all killed, so I found the real notebook instead of the fake notebook and switched it all out. It just ain't feel smart to me. It felt like, you know, forced. It didn't really feel like a grounded smart. It kind of felt it felt like a leap of faith. Like, I don't know, I ain't really like it too much, but I can't say he wasn't smart. So overall, I'm gonna give him like a B. For Misa, I'm gonna give her a B in terms of how likable she is. Like, she dick rides pretty hard, but she's cool at times, so I gotta get that to her. For how smart she was, she had some bruh moments and she had some pretty good choices, so I'm gonna give her a B for how smart she was. Overall, that makes her like a B. For Mello, here's how likable he was. Alright. Hate's a strong word, and once again, you know, this is a cartoon. I'm not finna say I hate him, but holy fuck, this nigga was such a bitch. Like, oh, I can't work with Nier. This is so unfair. I'm leaving. It's like, nigga, damn, like, you a bitch. Like, nigga, and then it's like, with the time skip debut, he also looked like a bitch, but like a ugly bitch too. And it's, he was a bitch all around. He was just trash. I ain't like this nigga, but he was smart. I gotta give him that. I ain't gonna get this nigga no S, cause like, nah, I just don't like that nigga enough. I'm gonna give him an A and B nice. I think him and Nier are supposed to be on the same level of how smart they were, but overall, I'm giving him a D. I did not like this nigga Mello. For Teru, I kind of liked him. He was kind of like an early light, but like unintentionally funny with the, I think he was like, deletes. I didn't laugh, but I did find those entertaining, so I fuck with him a good bit for that. I'm gonna give it like an A in terms of how likable he was. For how smart he was, I think he was supposed to be a pretty smart dude. I'm gonna give him an A. Overall, I'm gonna give my nigga Teru like an A. Naomi, for how likable she was, I'm gonna give her a B. She was pretty cool, you know. I felt bad when she died, so it wasn't like a meh, because if it was a meh, it would have been a C. And then, but when she died, it was like, damn. I'm gonna give her like a B. I think that's pretty accurate. For how smart she was, I think she was supposed to be pretty smart. I think it was just, you know, that emotionally vulnerable moment she got caught in, kind of, you know, let her, you know, slipping up a bit, so that happened. But I do think she was pretty smart, because I think she was supposed to be like right under L on another case before. So yeah, overall, I'm giving Naomi like an A. For Mr. Yagami, the dad, for how likable he was, he seems like that military dude personality type. I don't know how to explain it. Like, I just know with like that stereotype, it gives me like, you know, if you come late to my B-day and you're not wearing a suit and have your hair cut, like you're cut off, like I don't have time for that. I can't be around niggas who take themselves that fucking seriously, and he just seems like he's just too uptight and serious all the time. So he seems cool. I just like IRL, I just couldn't see myself being cool with this nigga. So I think a B is pretty fitting. And how smart he was, I'm gonna probably say like a B. I don't really recall anything like smart from him. Kiyomi, I think she was pretty cool for how likable she is. I'm gonna give her a B. For how smart she was, I think she was supposed to be pretty smart. I think she just let liking light, that kind of got in the way, so kind of, you know, got her killed. But I think she was supposed to be smart. But overall, I'm gonna give her like a B. For Wateri, I'm gonna give him like a C for how much I liked him. Like, his name was cool as hell. Like, I liked hearing L say Wateri. Like, it was Wateri. I don't know. To me, it was kind of cool. And he's kind of nice for having a foster home. Sort of nice, you know. Only the smart kids. If you were dumb, then, you know, fuck out of here, right? Like, you're not getting to my foster home. But I guess he was kind of cool to the nice kids. So, well, not nice kids, well, kind of nice to the smart kids. So for that, I'll give him like a C overall. For how smart he was, I'm gonna just guess S. Like, not S. I'm gonna think like an A. Yeah, I'm gonna give him like an A. Like, I think in order to have a whole bunch of smart kids in your foster home and being able to like refine the intellect of said smart kids, like, you'd have to be some level of smart. But I don't think he's on the like level of like light and L, so I'm gonna give him like an A. I think that's pretty fair. Overall, I'm gonna give him like a B. Matsuda, I'm gonna give my nigga how much I liked him. I'm gonna give him like an S. He seemed like a really, really, really cool and nice guy. I liked him a lot. For how smart he was, I'm gonna give him like a C. Like, he ain't seemed dumb. I just don't think he impressed me like one time for like him doing some smart shit. But I did like him a lot, so overall, I'm gonna give him like an A. For Rem, for how likable she was kind of cool until she did that simp shit. You know, I ain't really, for how smart she was, I ain't really know enough about what she did, but I ain't know. So overall, I'm gonna give Rem like a C. I think Kyosuke is how you say his name. The guy who had the other death note that Rem gave. How likable he was. I really don't even remember like how I remember he was a dick. That's really not even the reason I dislike this nigga as much as he's just so fucking ugly. I just really don't fucking like looking at him. He's just annoying as shit to look at. So I'm giving him a fucking F. Cause I ain't really. And for how smart he is, I'm gonna give him a D. Cause fuck it, why not? But yeah, overall, I'm giving him like a F. I just don't fucking like this nigga. He's too fucking ugly. Mama Yagami, probably likable she is, I don't really remember, so I'm gonna give her a C, because, you know, meh. How smart she was, I couldn't tell, so once again, meh. Overall, C. Just a very meh character. For Raye, I'm gonna give him an A in terms of how likable he was. He seemed like to be a pretty good dude on the bus, so I fucked with him pretty hard when he was on that bus, you know, trying to look out for people. For how smart he was, I'm gonna just guess a B. I think that's pretty fair to say. Overall, I'm gonna give him an A. I kind of like Raye. For Mogi, I'm gonna give him a C for how likable he was. I don't really remember too much about him, so same thing with how smart he was, and same thing overall, so it's kind of meh. Aiber, for how likable he was cool. It's just, you know, like in real life, I wouldn't ever go on my way to be friends with a con man, so I couldn't in real life. For how smart he was the top-notch con man, so no, I guess you gotta be a little bit smart to do that. Overall, I'm gonna give him a B. He was alright. Hirokazu, I don't really remember that dude. I think that's how you say his name. Not sure, but overall, C. Matt, I don't really remember him either. Just throw him in C. Reiji, I think that was his name. I think that's how you pronounced it. He seemed a little bit cool when he didn't like that ugly nigga anymore, cause yeah, that's really it. He ain't like the nigga I ain't like, so he was cool because of that. For how smart he was, I really can't tell. So fuck yeah, I'm gonna get this nigga like a B though. Aizawa, how likable he was. From what I recall, I think I'm gonna give him like a D. He seemed like a little bit of a hard ass, and I can't say that just annoys me, but it's like whatever feeling is like 2 steps under annoyed, it's that. He's, like I said about Mr. Yagami, he just nigga takes himself too seriously. Finger always up in his ass type shit. Like I can't be cool with niggas like that. That should be draining. For how smart, I don't really recall him having any cool moments, so I'm gonna just get this nigga a D. But that's really all the characters I remember. Like I just looked up some pictures and found out who I wanted to do a video on, and yeah, I can't really remember any other characters. So if I can't think of any other ones, just assume they're in C, because for me, C can mean like decent or like meh. It's like no feelings, so it could go both ways. But yeah, I think that's all for now. So yeah, I'll catch y'all in the next video.